Hello and welcome to another video by the Pathfinders United. My name is John, Director of the Golden Heirs Pathfinder Club in Petersburg, Virginia. Today we'll be going over how to sharpen a knife and how to sharpen a hatchet. First, we will need a knife. For this particular demonstration, we have several different knives. We also have a pocket knife here, which is a Tool Logic pocket knife. I think it's the SL2. Has a nice small blade, has a fire steel, has a whistle. It's a nice survival knife as well. Now with this particular knife here, there are certain characteristics about this knife. It is also a serrated knife, where it has a serrated blade. I'm not sure if you can see that. It has a serrated blade on it. And we also will be going over how to sharpen the Schrade SCHF9. Now with this particular knife here, it has a recurve on it, which is a little different and a little difficult to sharpen with a flat stone than it is with some of your other sharpening devices. So we'll be going over that. We also have a Gerber hatchet that we'll be going over as well on how to sharpen our hatchet. Okay, when it comes to sharpening, you have your knives, you have your hatchet, but you also need something to sharpen it with, and that is your sharpening stone. You have your regular sharpening stone here that has a coarse side on it, which is the dark side, and it also has a fine side, which is your lighter side. Your coarse side of your stone is going to be for if you have a knife or hatchet that has dings in it, has nicks in it, has a real blunt edge that you really need to work to get it shaping or to an angle where you can fit a finer blade on it. Your fine side is for your more detail work. If you have a knife or hatchet that is not dinged up, but you've used it and just need to put another edge on it or kind of fine tune the edge that it has on it, then you want to use the fine edge or the fine side of your sharpening stone. Another sharpener that you can also have is called the Smith sharpener. Now this is a very nice sharpener here. It's called the Smith Pocket Power 2 Sharpener and Survival Tool. So not only does it have the ability to sharpen your knives, it also has some survival goodies on it as well. One, you have a compass that is on the bottom of it that is very useful. It has a survival whistle that you have, and it also has a ferro rod in the back of it that you can use to make a fire. In addition to that, it also has a handy small LED flashlight as well. The next sharpener has become my favorite sharpener, and it is called the Workshop Field Sharpener. This one here. Now I'll go over each one of these to show you how each one are different and how you can actually use it. Okay, with the use of this type of stone here, where you have your coarse side and your fine side, what you want to do first, now you can use this as a dry stone the way it is. It works better if you add a little oil, or you can just add some water to it. Now what this is going to do is allow it to slide easier across it, as well as take some of the metal away from it as you are sharpening. So what you want to do is hold your knife at a 20-degree angle. Okay, you want to add a 20-degree angle. Work a little water into there. And you want to start here and go away from yourself. Here and away from yourself. Now you want to count the amount of times you go in this direction, because you want to do the same in the opposite direction. So I will switch hands and I would find my angle, which is a 20-degree angle. And I'm always cutting away from myself. I'm not pulling the knife towards me, even though some people do that. It's better if you find a different way and actually pull the knife away from yourself, not towards yourself. So again, I'm starting on the coarse side here. Then I'm going to the other side. Now that I've done that, now that I've gotten the roughness off of the blade, now what I want to do next is I want to go to the fine side, and I want to actually make the edge even sharper. So again, I want to start with a little bit of water. Get my angle, which is a 20-degree angle. I'm going to start here. Then I'll switch. I normally go maybe 2 rounds with this. Again, it's going to determine how damaged your knife is, which will actually determine how many times that you actually need to actually go with the stone. You may need 10 times per side. You may only need 5 times per side. So it really depends on how damaged your knife is. Next is the Smith Pocket Pal 2 Sharpener and Survival Tool. Now with this one here, the angles are already pre-adjusted or pre-done for you already. Now it also on the top here has a direction of the arrow for you to pull, which would be in this direction here. You have a carbon side, and you have a ceramic side. The carbon side is your coarse side. Again, if you have a knife that has some nicks in it, some dings in it, or it really hasn't been sharpened in a while, that's the side you want to start with. Then you move from that to the ceramic side, which is more of your fine side. Again, like with your regular stone, you had a coarse and a fine. The same with this. You have the coarse and you have the fine. What you would do is you take your knife and you will pull it in this direction. Now what it's doing is it's actually sharpening both sides of it. Unlike the stone where you have to use this technique, then you have to switch hands and use it for the other side. This is actually sharpening both sides at the same time. Now after you go from your coarse side, then you can go over to your fine side and really put a nice fine edge on it. And what you'll notice as the edge gets sharper, you will hear less of the metal from your knife. Also, with your Smith pocket pile too. It has this little rod on the bottom here that comes out. What this is used for is for sharpening your serrated edges. And on this knife here, this is a smooth blade as well as serrated. Hope you can see that. Now with the serrated part, you want to use the file in here, and you just want to go as far and you want to go and you want to twist. Only go as deep as the serrated or the serrated parts are on the knife. Because if you go too far, you may actually remove some of the tips off, and you don't want to do that. Next we have the Work Sharp Field Sharpener. Now with this one here, I really like this sharpener. Really like this sharpener. What this sharpener is going to give you here is it gives you your 20-degree angles is built into your sharpener. So this has a diamond plate course. It has a diamond plate for your fine side. It also has a coarse and fine ceramic side, and it also has a side where you can actually sharpen fishing hooks. It also has a piece here that's used for serrated edges as well. Then the back has a leather strop that's on the back that you can use to even hone and put a much nicer edge on your knife. Now with the Work Sharp, you already have your angles is already on here to give you your 20-degree angle or your 20-degree pitch that you need to sharpen your knife. That what makes this a very nice sharpener. So whereas with the stone you have to find your 20-degree, here is already built into your sharpener. So basically what you would do is you lay your knife. It also has a nice little finger piece here for you to hold as well to keep your fingers out of the way. What you want to do is lay the blade flat against the angle guard and just pull your knife. And the angle is already there. Switch and do your other side with a nice safeguard here for your hand. And again, you want to do the same number on both sides. Then after you go from there, there's a nice little ceramic part here where you can even get a much finer sharpened blade with the ceramic portion here. Again, it's already angled for you. I have it set on the fine. I don't need it on coarse. So it's on the fine side of the ceramic portion of the sharpener. Again, starting with your 20 degrees that's already pitched for you. Now, the other nice feature that none of the other sharpeners have is it has a leather straw on the bottom of it. Now what this would do here is give you an even finer edge than the diamond and the ceramic. There's several ways you can do it. I've been kind of experimenting with it. The way that works in a good fashion for me, now some people will actually hold it here and will actually pull it away from. Now you always want to pull away from, never pull it towards it or never cut into it that direction, because it would actually cut the leather. So you just want to drag it across it. Drag it across, drag it across. Or with the larger knife, and I'll show you with the larger one, I actually hold the sharpener in this hand and I'm actually pushing this way. I'm actually gliding across it this way, which is going away from it, which I can get nice even strokes a little better than actually doing it the other way. Switch hands. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this either. I'm just gliding very lightly across the blade. Very lightly across the blade. And it will give you a very, very nice blade. Another good thing about this particular sharpener here is when you're using a knife that has a recurve on it, like the Schrade SCHF9. And if you see, look here, you can see the little recurve, or the little belly that they call it. Now it's excellent for chopping wood or chopping trees or batoning because of the belly that's on it. The downside is that it can be quite difficult to sharpen with a regular stone like the one here, unless you use the edge part, which you're really going to have to get that angle just right in order to get this sharpened. But with the work sharp, the angle is already there and you want to use the ceramic side to actually sharpen it. I'm just using this for demonstration purposes because the blade is already sharp. That's on here. And it's already pitched at the right angle again to use. Also, when you're using this, different metals will react differently to this sharpener. Depending on what the metal is, I'm no metal expert by any stretch of the imagination. But with my different knives, I found out that the diamond works better on some knives and the ceramic works better on others. When you're using it, you just have to figure which one of the two works best for you. Now you can also use this to sharpen a hatchet as well. I could show you the other ones. Actually, I'm going to use this one here, the Work Sharp. Again, this has become my favorite sharpener. I really use the stone. Now the Smith Park Power 2 sharpener, now I do use that one. Again, it gives me a nice edge, and it also has some survival tools and some survival goodies in it. Again, that if you have it inside of your knife sheath, like with this here, like with the Schrade SCHF9. It has a little pouch on it that's here, which allows me to actually put my sharpener in here. And I also have some wet fire in here where you can put a whole little kit together with this. So this fits in nicely, and it gives you some options when it comes to your knife and different things and your different survival situations. So it fits nicely in there, it tucks away very nicely inside the sheath. Okay, sharpening the hatchet. Now, sharpening a hatchet is going to be different than sharpening a knife because of the angle that's on it. And I'm hoping that you can see this on camera. Alright, there we go. Okay, with a hatchet has a curved angle that's actually on it. I think you can see it there. How it goes flat, then it tilts in. It goes flat and tilts in. What I like to do with a hatchet is I like to set it on a table firmly. This way I can actually look down at this angle and see where it goes from here to the curve, or here to the bend on the hatchet itself or axe. Different people would do it different ways. Some people actually would do it in a circular motion, which is fine. You start on one side and you actually do a circular motion on the other side. Some will actually just use it and just actually start and just actually run it in one direction on both sides. Either way works. You can just kind of play with it to see which way works better for you, or which way that you prefer to do it. Either way will work just fine. What I'll do in this demonstration is actually demonstrate both techniques. So what I'm going to do is I'm laying the sharpener flat against it. So I'm laying it flat. I'm not sure if you can see the gap between there. So I'm going to lay it flat, and then I'm going to tilt it so that the sharpener actually lays against the edge of it. What I'm going to use is the fine edge because it's a nice edge that's already on here. I don't really need to use the coarse side. So we're going to start here with a firm grip on the handle. And you're going to go in a clockwise circular motion. And what you want to do is make sure that you keep the sharpener at the bevel or at the angle that the hatchet or axe is at. Then you switch, go to the other side. So that's one way. Another way you can do it is you start again, laying your stone flat, finding your bevel or your angle, and just go straight down. And then you switch and go to the other side. Now once you've gotten there, you can also use the ceramic file side on this one as well. Again, another reason why I like this Work Sharp field sharpener. Now I can actually go now to the fine side of the diamond and do the same thing. again, again, you want to do the same on both sides. That's why using this technique is easy to kind of keep your count than kind of doing it this way, because you're not sure how long I stayed up here versus down here. This way it gives you a smooth transition from here to here, and you know this is one continuous stroke. This is 1, 2, 3. Now how I would finish this off is with the leather. Now, gotta get this in the right angle. Okay, what I do for this portion of it, again, you can actually drag it across, and you can drag it across like that. For me, I have better control when I hold it this way, and I'm actually pushing the leather across it. I'm going to find my angle again, and I'm going across. Finding my angle. What I'm doing is I'm pushing outward as I'm making my turn. And that would give you a very nice edge, as you can see that nice edge there. On both sides. Okay, I hope this video helped you guys out. Just a few things to remember. One, a sharp knife or sharp hatchet is less dangerous than a dull one. The reason being is it requires less effort to put into whatever the task is, whether it's making fuzz sticks or feather sticks, making wood shavings, or chopping wood for your fire. Again, we thank you for watching. Also be sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and also hit the share button. Share with your friends that are actually Pathfinders or just someone who likes to go out camping. Also, in the description below, you will also find links to all the products that was used today. And again, remember, we are the Pathfinders United, uniting Pathfinders around the world. Until the next time, have a good one.